Hi guys, welcome to this video. Today's video is going to be talking about how you can get anything you want in life by simply reclaiming your inner seductress. Now, I am so passionate about this topic because I realize that society has given the seductress a very, very bad reputation. You know, they look at her as manipulative, as leading men astray, as, using her powers for dark or for evil. And today we're going to be reclaiming the word the seductress. We're going to be reclaiming her because the truth is the seductress is one of the characteristics of the divine feminine. The seductress is one of the characteristics of the goddess energy. And most times when we think of, the goddess energy or divine feminine, we think of Mother Nature. We think of this very submissive, this very caring, this very giving, this giver, the giver. That's what we think of. But we've suppressed as a society the parts of the divine feminine that have to do with the empowerment. A lot of times when we look at empowered women, we look at women who embody a lot of masculine tendencies to get what they want. And that's very different from the seductress. The seductress actually understands how to use the power of the divine feminine in a way that allows for her to receive whatever it is she wants, to get whatever it is she wants, but it's always in a way that is going to be beneficial to the collective, beneficial to the whole on a deep level, on a spiritual level, emotional, physical, all those kinds of levels. So we're going to be redefining and reclaiming the seductress, the power of the seductress. When you look if you type in seduction on YouTube or on Google or online, you'll find very stereotypical forms of imagery of what that means. They showcase women as sluts or whores or whatever it is. And today we're gonna change that dynamic. That's why I'm here, because I realized that whenever I was channeling and embodying and embracing and reclaiming my inner seductress, that was how I was able to get so many successes in life. Now, I could go on and talk about what the successes are. I'll just hint on some of them: multiple degrees, never paid for a tertiary education, always was able to get scholarships, was able to travel and live in like 7 different countries and never had to pay for that because governments, I was able to seduce and charm governments to pay for me to do that so that I wouldn't have to pay for it myself. Creating a business, a multiple 6-figure business, and over the years creating clients and groups and programs and getting partners and having partners literally leave their job and fly across the world to be with me. All of that happened because of me channeling and using my seductive powers and my seductress energy. Now, there's a difference between using your seductress energy and sleeping your way to the top, because I know a lot of people immediately think, you got all these politicians or governments to give you all these things, and you got your man to do this thing, you're sleeping your way. No, dear, it had nothing to do with me actually physically having sex with any of the participants, but it was using the energy of the seductress to get what it is I wanted. So what does it mean, first of all, to really be a seductress? A seductress is someone who is simply able to use their charisma and their charm to bring out the best in themselves and also to bring out the best in someone else. That's my definition of the seductress. So as a seductress, your goal and your role is not just to get what it is that you want for yourself, but it is that as you're embodying that and getting that for yourself, it's going to be something that's beneficial to everyone. So here's one of the things that the seductress has mastered. She has mastered the power of inception. Now, if you've ever watched the movie Inception, it's about planting little seeds in someone's mind, and then when they wake up, they think it was their thought, they think they came up with this idea, but it was really inception. Now, the seductress is an incredible master of inception. She knows how to get someone to see a certain perspective and a certain point of view to the point where they felt so attached to this ideology that they believed it was their own. They felt so attached to this ideology that they believed it was a part of who they are and what they needed to experience. The seductress is a master of persuasion, of charisma, of charm. The person on the receiving end of seduction never feels like they've been manipulated. In fact, if you look at times when, okay, we look at some of the great seductresses of all times. We have people like Marilyn Monroe. She's like one of the iconic ones. If you look at Marilyn Monroe and in her films, as she's engaging with these men, they never felt as if she was taking advantage of them. They always felt as if they won. They always felt as if they won. And the truth is, the true art of seduction is to win, but to also allow the other person to feel as if they won as well. While the difference between this and the stereotypical form of the empowered feminine is, or, is a woman who is like, this is what I want and this is what I'm taking and you're going to do it this way, or, no matter what. It's like this very harsh dictatorship kind of energy. And I mean, trust me, you can do that and you'll still probably get what you want, but it's not going to be for the benefit of the whole, because the people on the receiving end also feel like they lost. It's very competitive. It's very much lack. It's very much from a place of closed off and playing small, whilst the seductress energy is the divine creative force. It's the force of abundance. It's the force of like, oh my gosh, there's more than enough. I can have what I want and they can have what they want, and we can find mutually beneficial agreements. So I'm gonna give you a real life scenario of how this actually plays out, because I think sometimes we give a lot of theories and we talk, but then what does it really mean in practice? So I'll give you an example. Let's say my husband and I, we live in one country. We live in a very cold country, and this is actually a real example, by the way. We live in a cold country. I don't want to live in this cold country. He's from a warm country, and I'll give a specific example, obviously. Okay, so my husband and I, we were living in the UK, okay? It's cold, it's freezing. Nobody wants to live in a cold country, okay? Rains every day, it's depressing. I'm from a tropical paradise in the Caribbean. He's from Sicily, which is in the south of Italy. Also, very much warm and sunny, and beaches and the people and the music and the food and whatever. Now, he didn't want to live in Italy anymore. That's why he left and moved to the UK. I didn't want to live in the UK anymore. It's cold. We don't really have any reason to be here. My company, your company, both companies are location independent. We can work from wherever. Why not move to somewhere warm? We also have properties in Italy. Why not? Let's just move to Italy. He had a lot of resistance around it. He did not want to move. He was not about that moving life. Now, there are many ways I could have approached this, by the way, we did end up moving. I'm going to tell you exactly how. Now, I could have approached this in many ways. I could have said, listen, we're moving and this is all I'm saying. And in fact, if I had gone in that state of being in this aggressive, very demanding woman, it would have made him been in his very demanding, aggressive man, and none of us would have won. And if I had cried and bitched, and oh my gosh, I want to move, and why is it you won't let me move? I'm going in the state of the child, and then therefore he's also in the state of parent, disciplinary and parent, which is okay, you won't get what it is you're crying about. Stop crying, I'm throwing a hissy fit. So neither of the more I didn't want it, that doesn't work. So stop. If you're in a relationship right now and you're bitching and moaning to your partner about something that you want and you're nagging, it's not going to work. Stop. I'm saving you so much time. I'm saving you so much energy, because I've done that. I did that for so long. It never worked. Stop bitching. Stop moaning. Stop complaining about, how he's not doing what you want. Oh, he won't do this. He won't give me that. Stop. I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm telling you is going to help you to get whatever it is that you want from your man. Period. End of story. No questions asked. First of all, stop bitching and moaning. Second of all, stop being in that aggressive state. You need to step into the power and essence of the seductress. The seductress is like a goddess. She's like a queen. When you think about her, immediately your posture is better. Your chin is parallel to the and it's imagining yourself putting on this crown and walking like that goddess. I don't know if you've ever watched that movie with Aaliyah, where she plays the vampire. What's that movie with Aaliyah? Let me tell you what it's called. Oh yes, Queen of the Damned. If you ever watch Queen of the Damned, you see Aaliyah walking like this. Oh, like she's like, it's like mesmerizing. It's magnetic. It's like, oh my God, you wanna, like she's hypnotizing you with her body movements. And it's kind of like that. You know, you want to, not necessarily walk around and like twist your body like that. You can if you want. It's also very fun, gets the juices flowing. But you want to embody that essence, because when you even think and posture yourself as that person, when you say, babe, I'm really unhappy here, you know, and I know you're unhappy too. Like, you don't like the cold. Like, imagine what it would be like waking up and actually having food like that you like, going to the supermarket and the fruits are fresh, you know. And it was also a matter of like taking the time. So for example, we'd go to the supermarket and we'd go to the fruit section and it'd be like, wow, this is terrible. Oh my gosh. You know, the fruits in Sicily, that's why I love them so much. Like, oh, they're so sweet. And I would like plant, I hope he doesn't watch this video, by the way, but that's what I did. And I would like plant little seeds about how incredible the seeds of the fruits in Sicily were. And then we'd go to a restaurant and we'd be eating the pasta, and it would be, and he would be like, this is not real, like this doesn't taste good, it's overcooked. And I'd say, you remember the time when we went to that restaurant and we had like the seafood pasta, the like this black squid pasta? Oh my God, I could use some of that right now. It's so good. Notice what I'm doing there. I'm slowly incepting his mind, planting the seeds of we're leaving, okay? And then I would also have conversations of, oh my gosh, I can't wait till we go, because when we go, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And it was literally me believing and acting and talking and feeling as if I was going to be living there, and remembering all the blissful experiences I had when I lived there, when we lived there before, and allowing him to also partake in this experience. It was mouth-watering for me, but it was also mouth-watering for him. It's like, why wouldn't you want to go? And then it was actually the Seductress. Like I'm saying here, it's about persuasion. As you're persuading someone, how do you persuade someone to do something? You first must understand what that person desires. And so as the Seductress, it's actually being a very good wife and a very good communicator, because you listen. You stop yapping and complaining. I know I'm pissing some women off right now, because like, I know that's what you do, but listen, I was you. I sometimes am you. I have to come back and watch my own video because I gotta like remind myself of this whole fact as well. But sometimes we can talk so much about what bothers us and complain, and that can cause the person on the receiving end to feel like we don't appreciate them or we don't understand them. So if we take the time one day to actually be the Seductress and be the queen and say, what is it that you're experiencing? Why is it that you're so afraid to move to another country? You know, and be silent. Allow the man to speak. Allow the man to speak. I had one of my clients, and what we were looking at was something about her relationship with her husband around money. He wasn't very much the spending kind of type, and she wanted him to put a little more effort. But what I got her to do was to stop judging him for what he was doing and actually ask him, why was it he was doing that? Because from that place of understanding why he's doing it, she can therefore then ask for what she wants in the way that's going to be more logical for him and also help her to get what she wants. So the long and short of this example of this story is, I shared with my husband the inception, slowly planted the seeds. It wasn't even that slow actually. It was like literally within the space of 2 weeks. You know, it was like April. I decided I wanted to move, and literally by the May we had already told our landlord that, hey, listen, we're gonna be moving. Can you find someone to replace us or take over our lease, because we won't be staying? And the landlord found someone, and literally by the first week of June we had moved. So you had middle of April, May, end of May, literally the first week of June, we moved. So within the space of 6-7 weeks, we moved to a different country. And the way I was, and he was very resistant to it before, but how was I able to get him to do that? It was by having inception, planting the little seeds, you know, and then it was also persuasion, by understanding what his fear was, like, why are you afraid to move? And then allowing him to express himself and to see that he was really afraid and that he had his reservations for a reason, and then helping him to come to understanding of why those reservations didn't have to be the case and why I would be there to support him and why we're a team. And it was about me not nagging him and complaining and bitching and moaning about how much I hated the rain and the hail and the snow and the cold, and how much I wanted to be in a nice warm place with a beach and, like, you know, all of those things. It was about me knowing that for myself, then me embodying and posturing myself as the queen with my invisible crown, as the goddess, as that magnetic, empowered, divine, you know, I can have whatever I want, sexy, seductive goddess energy. And from that place, knowing I deserved what I wanted, speaking to him as the woman who already had what it was she wanted, and he speaking to him as if he was the man who could be a part of that with me. And by doing that, I was able to have him say, you know what, let's move, I'm ready to move. And we started to put everything into place together as a team to get the ball rolling for us to move. And so I'm not going to say it was like fully easy along the way. There were challenges. There were days where I was just like, wanted to scream, wanted to pull my hair out, but it was about remembering, and this is something I learned in psychology. You learn this thing of this different states. You have the red state and you have the green state, and you can Google this and you can look it up. But when someone is in a green state is like calm, relaxed. If the other person is in a red state, they're angry, agitated, nervous, anxious. You don't want to go back to that person in a red state. All you do is push them even deeper into the red state, and no one wins. But when you come to them in the green state, you know, you actually allow that person to calm down and to actually hear and to express. So another example of my own life or my own relationship was, you know, Italian men, or specifically Sicilian men, they're very expressive. They like to da 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 da, like raise their voice and da da da, like. And in my head, it's like, why are you talking so loudly, you know? But the old me would be like, da 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 da, like bring out the Jamaican woman who's like, you know, telling him, snapping her finger, winding her neck, like rolling her eyes, like, and that was like red state versus red state, and none of us would win. But the moment I would stop doing that and I would say, deep breath, put on my crown, you're not going to speak to me like that. Imagine the voice is here, da 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 da. You're not going to speak to me like that. Da 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 da. When you understand how to speak to me with respect, then we can have a conversation. Da 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 da. When you understand how to speak to me with respect without raising your voice, then we can have the conversation. Finally, our voices become on the same level. So it's just about you holding that space. It doesn't matter how pissed off the person gets. You're the goddess, you're the queen, and you're not going to stoop yourself to the level of peasantry, because you're a queen, you're a goddess, you're divine, you're magnificent, you're the most important person on the planet, and that's it. And it's the same in any area of your life. In business, in a sales conversation, the person is buying because this is beneficial to you, it's beneficial to them. It's the same in an interview. You go for a job interview, for example, or, you know, whatever it is, you know, you go for the job interview. It's like, I'm the best person for this job and you actually need me. It's planting those seeds in their mind that there is no one better than you for this job. It's persuading them by showing them what they desire and how you are the fulfillment of that truth. And so it doesn't matter what area you are expressing this in, the Seductress will get you whatever it is you want in any area of your life. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was a pretty lengthy one, but I hope you got a lot of juice from this video. Check the link in the description because I have a very special gift for you down there, which is a guide, a Seductress guide to help you to actually embody your Seductress even more, so you can have the money, the influence, the fame, the love. get whatever it is that you want in life. All right, so go grab that in the description below, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah. Kisses, peace, and love to you, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.